Hey everybody, JR from JR's Cars here, and today we're going to take a look at something here on the Torrent. I was going to do this off camera. I really wasn't going to look at this and record it, but I kind of found something really interesting, and I want to share it with you guys because it's an interesting one. With everything, well, or I should say with nothing going on with the Sonata at this point, because Hyundai refuses to do anything for me, and this right now is our primary means of transportation. I got to take a look at this and make sure that it's good to go. I'm going to end up renting a car just so I can get back and forth to do some things for work this week while my wife is using this car. So what I found was I haven't really been hearing any noises or anything like that, but I took it out last night, and I was making a turn. I hit a little rumble in the road, and I heard a little noise in the front, kind of like a metallic clanging. Basically, then maybe about a half mile down the road, I kind of hit one of the Jersey potholes here, and all of a sudden I just heard this thing make a ridiculous racket. It was in the front end. I couldn't tell which side it was coming from, so I wanted to take a look at it today to see what was going on. And obviously you can see by the way that the passenger tire is off. It's coming from the passenger side. So I'm going to get underneath this. I'm going to show you what it is, and it kind of explains something that's been going on lately. Now, every once in a while, I've been seeing the check StabiliTrak system. That light was going on the dashboard. I'd see the ABS light go on, the brake light go on too, and then it would go off. It's like if it went on for one key cycle and then it goes off. But this, what I'm going to show you here, is definitely going to explain that, and it's something to take a look for too. So let's get in there and I'll show you what it is, and I'll show you what we need to do to fix it. Okay, so one thing that I did have a problem with in the past is these little keepers here for the brake pads. I bought a new set of pads for this, and what ended up happening was, if you look in here, I don't know if you're going to be able to see really well, but you can see how you see the rotor, like right in the center there. Okay, the brake hardware that was here, that was given to me, didn't exactly fit into the caliper bracket here, right? So what I had to do is I had to go in here with a pair of pliers and actually squeeze it into place, right? So I'd take a pair of pliers, I'd squeeze it into place here, and then this actually kept it in place. And this is what I kind of thought that it was, because it was making this noise again. But it's definitely not the case here. If we look at the bottom here, I don't know if you can see that. It does look pretty good, right? So you can actually see a little bit. Yeah, it looks a little metallic in here. What I was having was, it was rubbing on the rotor here. You can see how that's a little more flat. This is, rusty, and you can feel the texture on it. This is a little flat. Now, I'm not saying that this definitely hasn't happened, but what the issue really is at this point, I don't know if you can really see in here, but we can take a look behind. This is right there. This is the connector for the ABS sensor, right? ABS sensor should be right back here. Let's see if we can get this thing to focus. And so it should be right back here. It's not. Take a look at the backing plate. Right? Take a look at the backing plate. This is the rotor right here. This is the backing plate. The backing plate itself looks like it was bent, and the ABS sensor is sitting right in the middle there between the backing plate and the rotor. So what you're getting is that noise, that grinding noise. The ABS sensor is wedged in there. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to take caliper bracket off. I don't really need to take the caliper off too. The whole bracket, it's just 2 bolts that are on the back here. This one here, and then the one down below. I think these are 18mm nuts. Take this off, take the rotor out, and then I'm going to take a look and see how badly this backing plate is bent. See if I can just get it back into shape. And for the time being, I may just take this ABS sensor off, disconnect it, and wait, because I'm going to order the ABS sensor from Rock Auto. Their prices are usually a lot better than going into the stores here. So, you know, with everything going on right now, everybody's looking at, you know, cutting costs and everything else. And if you can get a less expensive part, or, you know, same quality part at a lower price, then you might as well do it. So I'm going to take this off. I'll get to the backing plate, and then I'll come right back and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, there it is. See, that's the problem right there. What happened was, apparently that rock must have got kicked up right there, got in there, wedged in, and broke the ABS sensor. Here's the sensor. See, there's another rock. Hell. These aren't the rocks that I have in my driveway either. Well, apparently that's what it is. This is how the ABS sensor attaches to the hub here. And there it is. You can see how it was rubbing on the inside of the rotor, right on the edge there. So, looks like I need a new ABS sensor. So I'm going to take this one out for now. I'll order it up, and then we'll replace it when it comes in. So at least that resolves that problem. But that was really interesting, and I figured I'd you know, share it with you guys there. So there was one other thing I did notice while I had the car up on the jack stands. If you look in one of the previous videos, I'll link it up here. I noticed that there was some oil that was you know, pretty much seeping down the engine. It looked like it would have been the oil pan, but after looking at it again today, I'm seeing that the oil was dripping down the filter. Now, the filter's tight, so there's no issue with that. What it looked like was the oil filter housing that attaches to the engine block. It looks like that's leaking. So that might be the issue with a lot of the oil that is dripping out of this one. I don't think it's going to be everything. It kind of looks like one of the crank seals are a little iffy. But while I go and order that ABS sensor, I'm going to order that filter gasket too, the adapter gasket, and I'll get that taken care of too while I'm underneath it, and that should hopefully slow down some of the oil leaks that I see on this. So I'm going to give you a little update on the Hyundai. There's nothing that Hyundai is going to do. The person that I spoke to, her manager had called me back, and the person that I spoke to was actually really nice. Really nice. She knew what I was talking about. So when I was explaining things to her, it seemed like she had a few more answers than the first person did. First person was basically just, I guess, just a call center person that was giving me the, you know, I don't know anything. Who knows? We can't give you an answer. This, that, the other thing. The manager that I spoke to, when she reached out to me, she basically said, you know, kind of what I was thinking originally was 120,000 miles is the warranty. That's it. It's done. It's over with. If there is any goodwill that they would do for you, at this point with everything going on, a lot of people work, pretty much all of Hyundai Corp is working from home now. They won't do anything, right? And even outside of everything that's going on right now, even if they were to do any kind of good faith for me, they would have only given me 1 hour of labor. That's it. And she agreed with me that more than likely when the car gets there, yeah, it's going to be that $155 fee for them to look at the, basically just to look it over, check the codes, you know, give it a quick once over. but they would have wanted to crack open the engine. They would have wanted to look at the bearings, look at everything else in it. And of course, all that expense is on me. So at this point, I don't even know what I'm going to do with that car. The engine's done for. I can't use it. Hyundai will not do anything for me at 135,000 miles, excuse me. They're not going to do anything for me. So anything that's going to get done to that car is going to be at my expense. So I don't know. I'm at a loss. We'll have to see what's going to happen with the Hyundai. But in the meantime, I got the Torrent. We're going to, use that for as long as we can. I'm going to try to get a little, just try to get a little beater just to drive around with for now until we figure out what's going on with the car. And we'll kind of take it from there. So I hope you all stay safe out there, and I'll catch you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Have a good one.